All right, here we go. So I'll make a really quick guide though, because there are some people that were asking, it's like, yo, what unit to prepare, what unit to be used, but really honestly everyone just kind of looks at the same guide and anyways, and you know, if people are looking at this like YouTube video, it's like, dude, seriously, just look at this, look at these documents, and it's gonna be faster than looking at the YouTube video, right? So here's a really quick guide. Basically I will link this this document for raid. This one shows the EN, the JP, like the order of the bosses, and then there's some people that data mined what's coming out on EN, and this is what kind of they have. And also I think what's really useful is this document where it says the strikers and specials, and this has different ratings for the different units based on the bosses. So for example, like in Binah, Iori is like rated 10, in Chesed Iori is rated 11. You know, these are like Shirokuro, they're Chesed 10, Midori, she's rated 10 at Chesed. So it's like, you know, let's be real here, any other guys that you see out there that, you know, they talked about, oh yeah, you know, just use these units, because I'll be honest with you, they could just look at these and then they're just like, oh yeah, these are like rated 10, rated 9, okay, yeah, that's what they're gonna suggest. So, you know, here's a guide for like future you looking for the future guide for any other units, each of them. Oh, and one good thing about this one is there's a suggestion also of the skill priority, which I think found really useful, because like some because you know, when you look at their the units and you try to upgrade them, you're like, okay, do I upgrade the basic skill first, the enhanced skill first, or the sub skill first, right? So then, you know, they would say normal would be the basic, sub skill, and then the passive. So passive is the enhanced skill and sub skill is sub skill. Basic should be the normal, and so that will prioritize. So you would prioritize basic skill, then sub skill, then passive for Iori, right? That's kind of how it is. I thought that this was a really useful thing for me when I was like trying to figure out, okay, you know, I have the unit now, how do I make it so that I min-max? I love this guide, this in particular. And then there's a special one, the ones for special as well. You know, Kotama was basically like a 10 for everything, right? Like she's a 10 for everything. And then like, okay, which priority? Obviously the most easy one is sub skill. You push her to 3-star, and then there's different notes in it. So this is probably the most helpful one. The second most helpful one that I have is this raid strategy guide. So this raid strategy guide basically talks about how to deal with like all these bosses, or just like it talks about the mechanics of it, because sometimes just watching the videos doesn't really explain like how the boss is like behaves, or like, you know, the mechanics, or like the small caveats on it. And so this raid guide kind of just gives you a really easy rundown, right, like of the general idea behind it. And they also have idea of the team building. And so, you know, some people, again, like, you know, people who are saying, okay, what are units that you should use? And yeah, basically just look at these, and then it'll say like, you know, core units, choice A, choice B, secondary units, right? And then talks about the different phases, and then different strats, also how to tackle them, and then sample of videos as well. So it's like just with these two alone, these are already more than enough to kind of like prepare you for future guides. Again, like a lot of people were asking me about it, then I just realized, like, do I really want to make a video for every single little thing about this? I'm like, nah, it's fine. So I'm gonna link these documents on like the description / comments, and then you know, that's kind of yeah, let's just go with it, right? The other supplemental thing that I use is basically there's the bluearchivefandom.com, and then like each one has kind of like idea on these bosses, so you can kind of like look at these bosses. They have the general kind of information about them, so there's that information in here, which I'll be honest, at the end of the day, these are also just kind of I guess translated from the JP wiki, which I'll also link the JP wiki, because these are also kind of helpful if you want to like reference something that is not out there yet, or like not translated yet. This kind of helped me a while back earlier, and so like for example, this page in particular has like this is like the total war page, and like a little bit, if you drop down a little bit, it's in Japanese, right? But then I Google translate it to English, right? And if you just kind of scroll down on it, you're gonna see the event history of it, and I guess and then you can just look at, okay, the first time Chesed came out, obviously these have different kind of situation now that they kind of reordered a little bit with global, but at the end of the day, the general idea is the same, right? Like you're gonna be able to check like some of the information about it. Again, I think the fandom already kind of translates it for the most part, but if you need some supplemental information, some of them have the notes from here, and they're not always going to be one-to-one, but the general idea is there. If you want, there's some tips in here, and the talks about the mechanics of the boss. I just Google translated that. See, at this time they didn't have ranking reward on when they had first Chesed, apparently, but for us we do have ranking reward for our Chesed. So yeah, this honestly, just use just these kind of resources is like usually more than enough to kind of prepare you on just this boss and future bosses, right? So yeah, hope that helps. I'll leave the links like on the description / comments, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of the information people look at is these are already there, right? And then the rest is just like looking at actual gameplay videos and see how the run goes, and to kind of get a better understanding of it. But yeah, I don't feel like making more further videos unless there's something unique that I could like offer. At the end of the day, it's just all gonna be the same. And everyone's just gonna keep making videos and videos, but I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. Here are the documents that I've been using, here are the resources that I've been using, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today though. GG's all around, chat though. I think it is a good time for me to end my stream as well. It has been a good while, but that's gonna be it for me. GG's chat, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.